So since this past game against Buffalo, the chants for John Harbaugh to get fired have been louder than probably ever before. Especially with this graphic, in however many ways you've seen it, has gone viral where John Harbaugh has blown 17 double-digit second-half leads, which is the most by any coach in the NFL since at least 1991. As a former John Harbaugh defender, I do think we've peaked with John Harbaugh as the head coach, and I do think it's time for the Ravens to either elevate him into a front office role, which however they want to do it, or he gets let go. Do I think that'll happen? No. The only way I see John Harbaugh leaving the head coaching position is either one, like I said, he gets elevated into a front office role and whatever that may be, or he retires. Because I do not see Steve Bisciotti firing John Harbaugh anytime soon. Unless this team goes to shit real fast, then that would be the only way. Some of you may remember, earlier this year, he signed a 3-year extension with the team. So at most, he'll be here for another 3 years. And I know people are going to sit here and lose their mind, knowing that, if you didn't know, he's here for another 3 years after this year. I think similar to how I felt about Greg Roman when he was the OC, we've peaked with John Harbaugh as the head coach. You know, that AFC Championship game a couple years ago was probably the last peak we had with Harbaugh. And while it's been a great run, Super Bowl, that 2008 to 2013 run was awesome. I think it's time to move on. You need some new blood. Things have to change. Because if not, I'm going to be sitting here with all of you again at this time next year saying the exact same thing as I've said the last couple of years. We're going to be talking about how the Ravens can go to the playoffs but lose in the divisional round, or they make it to an AFC Championship and lose. And then I was asking the question once again, should Harbaugh get like, it's like we're just fucking repeating a cycle at this point. Now, is anything going to change? Probably not. I hope things do change. I hope this team can get out of their own way, win a Super Bowl, and then we can ride off into the sunset and be the happiest people ever. Do I think it'll happen? I hope so. I want to say no. I'm not trying to be negative, but I hope so. So now I point the question to all of you. What should the Ravens do with John Harbaugh? Not what you want, what the Ravens should do. Because obviously, I know most of you are going to say, fire John Harbaugh, do this and that, or bring up they should have let John Harbaugh go when Mike Macdonald went on to become the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. But let me know your thoughts at all, whether they should let him go, let him finish the extension, or promote him so they can bring someone else in. Any thoughts you have, let me know.